Good everybody, good evening everybody, and welcome to the Toon review for tonight's TTR Friday. That time of the week again. It seems to be flying around faster and faster these days. It really does. But welcome everybody. My name is Paul, and I'm joined by Stato. Billy is once again, unfortunately, unwell. Sam should be on a bit later on. She's running a bit late tonight. But welcome everybody, and please do like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, if you do enjoy the show. And of course, please support the channel in the usual two ways. First of all, by membership. That's the join button underneath myself and Alex. And of course, super chats are available, which is the $ under the live chat. And that will guarantee your comment to be read out on the show. And of course, a big thank you to channel sponsor Mamaroo Records. Based in Whitley Bay. If you're ever around that area, pop in and see Steve for your music vinyls, CDs, music merchandise, sporting merch, gift cards. They do it all, guys. And if you can't get into the shop, check them out online. It's pinned at the top of the description. And I'm sure Steve will do you a fantastic deal when you tell him that you're a Toon Review viewer. Good evening, Alex.
Good evening, and welcome to everybody in Viewerland.
There you go. He's took over the trait very well. We have a new member of the channel, James Elliott. Thank you very much for signing up, James. And thank you for your ongoing support. So, did you catch the press conference earlier, Alex?
No, absolutely. I've been slammed today. I've been so busy this year. I mean, just to show you how busy I've been. I've just opened my calendar for 2024, so I can get about a week out of it. So we're going to get Anthony Gordon for December up. So
that's a bit late, man. Even in my terms, that's a bit late.
I know. If it's not in my Google Calendar for work or for this channel, it's not getting done. Basically, it needs to go in that, or I'm never going to do it.
Definitely. Well, it was there was not a lot said, to be honest. Let's be fair, because he only did one a couple of days ago. There's no new injuries. We all know that Joe Linton's missing from the game. So really, there's not a lot to say on it. But, he's in good spirits, as he would be. They asked him about the Arsenal Cup game, and he said he watched it with interest at home. Of course he would. We're playing in it. But apart from that, not a lot said, really, because he's going to be looking at that after after Christmas. But at the moment, all focus is on Ipswich. Trevor says, I didn't get any notifications about this morning's show. Well, Trevor, you knew it was on, man. We tell you every bloody week. It's always on. Whenever there's a press conference, matey, there's a morning show live. Mark Cooper, welcome to Members Club. Thank you very much for your support as well. Did you get a chance to pick up on the Troy Deeney comments, Alex, that I had a good rant about, and that Chris from Evermore also had a nice things to say about?
I haven't looked at the comments themselves from Troy Deeney. I've seen a few people's rehashed quotings of it online.
Yeah.
And I know Rachel, one of our mods, is absolutely furious about it as well, and rightly so. It's disgraceful. We have general banter about sort of Everton fans and people from London, and they have a bit of a pop about us. It is what it is. Yeah. But I think he kind of went a little bit far with that. And considering from his background and his story, and a lot of when he talks, he wants a lot of sympathy from everybody, talking about his humble beginnings and how he's made a career out of it. Well, just check yourself before you start slagging off an entire region. And it wasn't, you've been given a platform, and you've got a responsibility to not be a prick, basically. You're not Simon Jordan. You're there as an ex-footballer to offer decent insight, and that you did not do. And it's, if he's probably gonna, I would imagine there's backlash from this, and he will see elements of what's gone on, and he'll probably say something in the coming weeks. And if he does, hopefully it's not ego driven, and he actually it won't be. It will be absolute drivel, the same as it is from Gabby Agbonlahor. But the only hope of that is Jeff Stelling to maybe say something remotely kind about us.
Last time, Agbonlahor said that Jeff Stelling went on a rant, didn't he? Up the A1, good evening. Evening all. Sorry not being on the live shows much recently, but have been watching. Enjoyed the match commentaries as usual. And Mama Toon Stato is in the house. That looks like a lovely jumper, Stato. Where did you get it?
It was actually Mama Stato made this for us. It's
Oh, your doggy!
it is Essa with a Christmas hat on, and Essa has
Oh,
naturally just can't see her off camera, but I'm
oh,
log later.
that's mint. That's absolutely mint. Yvonne says Troy Deeney takes himself down. Very under average player. Got lucky, but is disrespectful about others. Bob says Chris put some lovely photos of the region on his channel while slating Deeney. Yes, he did. It was a very, very good video. For me, it was all about abusing him. If he wants to abuse where we live, I'll abuse him. Fair enough. But Chris also put some photos of the region up on his video. It was very, very good. Julie J says, slagging off the region, it's not just us. The Sunderland, Borough, Hartlepool, Gateshead, and Darlington as well. Yeah, I mean, listen, football goes into the background when somebody slags off the region you're living in. You know, we're all in the northeast at the end of the day. Chris says it's pure clickbait for you lads. Slice of TalkSport want this to rile fans and drive people to their site platforms. You know, the problem is with that, it doesn't. Because the likes of me and you, Chris, will shout him down and people realise that it's not worth reading anyway. It's a load of bollocks and they don't want to read anything like that about him slagging off our area.
This is precisely why YouTubers are becoming more popular in terms of talking about football. And I think it was Troy Deeney who a few weeks ago actually had a pop at general people online as well about content creators to do with football as well. He's threatened by it. And this is why a lot of people like it, because we can't succeed because we're not ex-players, we're not professionals. So the only way we're successful is if we actually try and give you balanced opinions with a bit of research, with a bit of passion for what we're talking about. Otherwise, people just don't watch. So yeah, maybe they're threatened by it, and they get the platform purely because it's money driven and they get the funding for it. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Well, I mean, look. They'll say things to try and get, like you say, the platform. But this is the great thing about YouTube. It gives fans a chance to have a voice now. Whereas before all of this, we just had to read things in the paper and there was no way of us having any say in the matter anymore. But now things are very, very different. And some of these idiots are completely, they feel like they're under threat. They feel very uncertain because fans now have a bigger voice. And they just have to deal with it. Luke, who's been a member for 28 months on the channel, thank you for your support, Luke. Deeney is absolutely begging for a regular TalkSport gig. He's ignorant and divisive comments, which made him sound like an absolute simpleton. Standard. Absolutely. James Elliott says, hi, Paul, mate. Is there any chance for you to do your own dictionary? Because some of the stuff you come out with is class.
He's going to put it on Bog Roll.
Such as James, yeah, TTR bog roll. Quote of the or rant of the day. Yeah, I mean, listen, loads of people would like to wipe their ass on my face, wouldn't they? So let's be honest. Toilet paper would probably be a good idea. Lewis Adams says, I wouldn't worry about what Troy Deeney says, guys. He's from Birmingham. Don't worry about it. Ollie says, did you watch Dan Burns' big Christmas quiz? Love the Toon YouTube content since the takeover. I haven't watched it yet. I know it's supposed to be really funny.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I'll be watching that.
This is the first video I've watched from the club where the lads actually aren't camera shy. They proper just chilled and got into it, and there was some great banter. It was really nice.
Well, it's good to see in a way because all those divisive comments from Southern media saying that there was stuff going on behind the scenes, there was unrest in the dressing room, kind of puts it all to bed, really, doesn't it? Just explains it. And I think it's the players' way of just coming out and saying, sod off, like Anthony Gordon did a couple of days ago in his interview was it Keith Downey? And basically put everything to bed.
It was, yeah. Well, we've had more, haven't we? We had Tonali being linked away and then immediately scoring 2 goals and being emotional and doing a fantastic interview. Bruno as well with a recent interview saying he is a Geordie, his children are Geordies, he's at home, he's happy, he's a captain, he's like, yeah. So it's because this wasn't happening 12 to 18 months ago. There was less. I'm not quite sure why, but I think the club or Eddie or someone seems to be a bit happier with our players just having an honest chat. Because there was so many months where it just didn't happen and we just had to take it. Whereas now our players just keep instantly coming out and going, nah, sorry, not true. And it's great because it just completely shuts down the story, which is brilliant.
100% it does. Clued says, hello, Paul and Alex. Hope you're both well. I'm nervous for the game tomorrow. It's got a Geordie lad named Leif Davis, late winner, written all over it. No, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I am well confident tomorrow. Guys, by the way, I know that we're a little bit into the season at the minute, but I've just signed up to Super 6 today because I forgot all about it at the start of the season. And I know, Rachel, our mod, started a fantasy league. But would anybody be interested in joining a Super 6 league for the rest of the season? Because there's still plenty of time left in the season. I've set mine up today. If you are, let me know in the comments. We'll see if there's a good reaction to it. And if there is, I'll set a league up and I'll put out on the socials what the code is for the league, and we'll get cracking on it. Because the Super 6 is very easy. It's just pick 6 results, isn't it? And then move on. So it's easy to keep a track of. Kim,
I haven't looked at my fantasy team since week 2, so I have no idea if I'm doing well or not. I know that I kept Isak in the team. I know there was a big rigmarole about everybody selling Isak like 3 weeks ago, and then he scored in every game. So maybe that's helped me. I don't know. We'll see.
Judging by the comments that are coming in, lots of people are up for the Super 6 league. Can I set one up? Set one up straight away. I wonder. Leagues, create or join a league. I can do it live, guys. Create a league. League name. What do you want to call the league name, Alex? I'll let you have the privilege.
Ooh, it's got to have TTR in it.
Absolutely.
We'll do TTR's best.
That's really poor, Alex. I thought you'd come up with a better league name for that, like the TTR Premiership or something like that.
Well, I mean, that's just as basic. We could do Magpie Massive. There we go. Everybody's saying Magpie Massive.
Yes, that's a good idea. TTR Magpie Massive. Give us a second. I mean, listen, live TV is superb because you can do anything. Right, okay. So create league. Bosh. Okay. It's only you. Share your league pin with friends. Well, where does it tell me the friggin' league pin? Well, how am I supposed to give people the league pin when it doesn't tell me what it is? Shambles Soccer 6. You what?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be today. We'll just figure it out off camera, and we'll share.
No,
it
Alex.
Tomorrow.
No. People, we need the. Hang on, well, let's go. Oh, there it is. Okay, right. The pin number, ladies and gentlemen. If you've already got a Soccer 6 account, go to leagues and then join league, and the pin number is, they're all in capitals. Q for Quebec, Y for Yankee, Y for Yankee, V for Victor, B for Bravo, X for X-ray. That is Q for Quebec, Y for Yankee, Y for Yankee, V for
Victor.
That's the
Victor,
one.
Bravo.
B for Bravo, X for X-ray. So there you go.
I've popped it in the chat for you guys.
Right,
there you go.
We'll pin that, Alex, because could you do it again and put TTR Super 6 League pin number? Just so people actually know what that is. We've got 6 in the league already, so people are joining. Fantastic.
There you go, guys. It is in the chat. Tom's posted it as well.
Yeah, I'm going to pin that, Alex, just so people know what it is. So there you are. If you want to be in the TTR Super 6 League, there you go. Get yourself joined if you're already on. The league is picking up 7 already. Fantastic. In the words of Gary Barlow, fantastic. James Ansell says, TalkSport has never great situation in Newcastle. Only nice when we beat PSG. Troy Deeney is a punch drunk that never boxed. Paul, I'll put the antifreeze in the post, bud. What does that mean?
I'm not sure if that's a threat or a help. I don't know.
That's not going to be a threat. He's a member of the channel, Alex. I'd be very surprised.
Well, no, I know. Well, maybe I don't know. Troy Deeney, maybe. Who knows?
Laura says, I've lived in London, lived in the northeast, and London is literally a ghetto dump. Couldn't pay me to go back down south. Kevin says Eddie needs to keep the same formation if possible. No tinkering except maybe for Botman when he's fit. Don't change a winning formula. He kind of hinted, Alex, today that it might be Sean that starts tomorrow. And I'm a bit disappointed with that because I don't want us to ruffle the balance of the team.
Why did he imply that?
Well, when he was talking about the players that are available and how there's a lot of games coming up, etc., I just get a funny feeling, and some people picked it up as well from the show this morning and from listening to the press conference.
I'm not sure it's a terrible idea. I don't. Right, hear me out here. I don't think Sean's been bad at all when he's played in recent games. I think we've had rotation options and the pressure's been lifted on him. There was such an enormous amount of pressure on him for a long time, playing through injury and trying to be this guy that was super creative. And you just got to let Sean be Sean. And he's good at the physical stuff and interceptions and passing lanes and discipline. He that is his bread and butter. And ultimately, against a team like Ipswich, there's not going to be as much space as we'd like. So Joe Willock, that is his bread and butter, is opening up and running into space that's potentially not going to be there for him. So, and I think Sean Longstaff is going to offer us a bit more in getting the ball back or retaining the ball compared to Willock. Willock is going to lose the ball a bit more just by nature of what he does. He's going to take more risks to try and make things happen, whereas Sean is a little bit more risk averse. And it's that we've got other creation, like chance creation is not a problem for us at the moment. And not a lot of the chance creation wasn't coming through Joe Linton anyway. So all we need to do is make up his physicality and structure, and we can still produce the chances with how we've been doing it, right? They've been coming from set pieces, Lewis Hall, Livramento, Murphy, Gordon, Tonali and Bruno popping up. It's not, I don't think it's too much of an issue. I think maybe solidity is probably a better shout, even though I think we all know Willock is a better player offensively. Does that matter? Is that the best call?
Well, I mean, who knows? Warren says I keep freezing, which is why he's mentioning that. Warren, I think it's your system, mate, because I've got YouTube alongside us on another screen, and I haven't frozen once, mate. So, unfortunately, I think it's at your end as to why I keep freezing. Kim Camp says the British media is always biased against Newcastle, but now it has become even more foolish. Those so-called journalists and former players should be punished, just like the broadcaster Abraham.
Well, they're not always. They like us when it suits. What against PSG? The fairy tale story. They like us when it's a cool narrative that they can peddle, but generally it's not. So they just, I don't think they are categorically against us. They just pick and choose when it works for them.
Paul Worldwood said, I love Longstaff, but his limitations have probably affected us more negatively than positively. Lawrence says, but would starting Bruno, Tonali and Willock. I'd like to see that 3-star tomorrow, I have to say. I understand why he possibly might bring in Longstaff. And again, as Alex has just mentioned, I can see that happening. But for me, I'd prefer to see Willock in and really go for it. And because we're going to get
chance creation
tomorrow.
Really going to drop off, though, if we play Sean?
Well, I don't think so, Alex, in all honesty. I don't think it will. But I think, for me, Willock's a more exciting player. And that's the only reason I'm saying Willock, is because I think he's a more exciting player. I don't think it will affect the chances we create, because I think the front three will give them hell tomorrow, as well as what comes from midfield.
We might get an extra 3 or 4 chances as a result of Joe Willock playing over Sean. But I would prefer to not concede goals as a primary objective, to just stop the rot with clean sheets and just be really, really careful. Because I think we create enough chances to score a couple of goals-ish per game anyway. Look at the goals we're scoring. I mean, what kind of run are we on now? It was 3 against Liverpool, 4 against Leicester, 2 against Brentford.
And 3 against Brentford, mate. 3 against Brentford.
No.
Brentford
in the league game.
In the league.
2 against Brentford.
Yeah.
We've put I forget all my games now. 4 past Leicester.
Yeah.
Another 3 past Brentford in the cup. So we've been scoring between 2 and 4 goals consistently since that Liverpool game.
Yep.
So we just need to make sure we're rigid enough at the back that we're not conceding. If we make sure we don't concede any goals, we hands down win that match, because I cannot see us not scoring with the form we're in now with the creation. So I would much prefer we just try and not concede.
I mean, somebody put in the comments from the live show this afternoon that Wes, questioning what we mean by we're having a run of form right now. You have to say that we are. And I know it's 2 home games. Listen, I perfectly get that we do struggle or tend to struggle away from home. So we could be in that situation. However, I genuinely believe that we are in a run of form now. And the players, and the only reason I'm saying this is because the players in recent interviews have all come out and said the same thing, that they now understand the criticism that they faced for playing and not performing against these lower league teams. They're aware of it now, very much aware of it.
Bruno referenced it as well.
Yep, and they don't want that to happen. So that's kind of making me say that I'm very confident about tomorrow. Jens, thank you very much for your super chat. I think Tonali or Bruno will get a goal tomorrow. Why not both? Why not both, Jens? Let's just go out. It's a banana skin game, as Niall says. Yes, it is. But this is... I'm looking forward to the game because I want to see us turn this hoodoo around that everybody's saying we've got against lower league teams, especially away from home, of course. Ipswich haven't won all season at home. For me, yes, they're a decent side Ipswich, and I really like their manager. I think he plays football in the right way, and he stays very focused on that. However, the way we've been playing and the players having that mindset now that they need to be at the top of their game every single time and can't just look at Ipswich and say, it's a 3-pointer, this one, no doubt about it, because they're aware of it. I think it gives us a much better attitude going into the game, Alex.
I agree with most of that, other than that Ipswich are a good side. I don't think they are a good side.
No, what I meant is they try and play good football. The way their manager tries to play the game.
Largely fail at it. Considering they've won twice in the league in 16 matches so far.
Yeah.
They've not won at home. We looked at their stats yesterday in the preview, and they are in the bottom 2 or 3 for anything meaningful, whether it's attacking metrics, retaining possession, chance creation, defensive statistics. They're just the only thing they were competent in was interceptions, as far as I can remember. And they're high up on the list for fouls, yellow cards, red cards as well. So this is I think with 16 games in, I think it's fair to say they do look like a championship side. They don't look good. They don't look good enough to survive in the Premier League this season. Do they play good football in parts and maybe play a decent brand of football? Absolutely. But they don't look good enough to stay in the Premier League. And I don't think that's unfair to suggest.
No.
I think the only way they... Go on.
No, go on. Finish off.
Yeah, I think the only way, I mean, I'm just talking about them as a club and their season. Yeah. I think the only way they can stay up is some sizable reinforcements in January. They would need a couple of cheeky, high quality loans that would make a big impact on their first team to even have a hope of staying up, in my opinion. Unless they're massively underperforming in some of the metrics, but it just seems like they are where they are because that's what they are. And all things point to we should 100% be beating a team like this because they're not a good side. So, and again, that's no disrespect to Ipswich intended. They're still, let's be honest, they're still in the top 20 teams in the entire country, which is a massive achievement. And they're a big club with great history. However, the current brand of football and league position suggests they aren't good enough to stay in the division as they are. And with the way we're playing, anything but a win would be really frustrating for us.
There is Claire Fennick said I've frozen twice as well, but I'm looking at it and I haven't frozen on mine. So I've just seen on YouTube, I slightly stuttered there. So it must be a YouTube thing, guys. It's certainly not anything from our end. It's the tube. StreamYard is what we use, and everything's moving swiftly on there.
Maybe Troy Deeney's biting some wires somewhere.
Yeah, maybe Troy Deeney's trying to eat a YouTube server somewhere to stop us firing out. A lot of people saying that it's fine on their side, so it could be just intermittent with YouTube. Sorry about that, guys, but it's out of our hands. Our systems are working perfectly. Nick says, Tonali in the 6th row with Bruno and Willock ahead, Gordon on the left, Murphy on the right, and let's enforce our game on them. Absolutely.
See, Nick said something earlier about Willock on the left, saying it's a more natural replacement for Joe Linton, and putting Sean in would be a square peg in a round hole. I disagree with you. Willock's attacking play mirrors Joe Linton a lot closer. The fact that he can sort of do bursting runs onto the left wing. But in terms of the tackling, interceptions and discipline, Willock is nowhere near Joe Linton in that regard. Sean is closer in the physical aspect of the game.
Yeah.
The sort of shadow tackling that Willock does sometimes is unforgivable on occasion when he pretends to tackle somebody. He doesn't do it so much anymore. He used to be terrible for it.
Yeah.
So no, in terms of physicality, Sean is closer to Joe Linton. So it depends what you're trying to compare against.
I think, by the way, I've just noticed when you were talking there, Alex, while you talk, I'm sort of looking down at this at the comments, and I'm staying very still. And I wonder if a couple of people think I've froze, because I've just noticed there when you were talking that I was sort of looking like that.
Yeah, probably.
And I wonder if people think I've frozen.
We can tell if we've frozen or not, because my mic will keep changing colours. So that's how you know if we've frozen or not.
Absolutely. Jevrath is asking if we have a Discord channel, Alex.
We do have a Discord, yeah. Can somebody who is a mod put the Discord link somewhere in the chat?
Because I have no idea.
Yeah, we do have a Discord. So there's a couple of bits in it to talk about transfers, the match days, general chat with some of the members, and then we also have TTR Tavern in there. So sometimes after a Friday show, me and Billy and Sam sometimes will jump into the TTR Tavern, and it gives you guys a chance to have a chat with us when we're not live on YouTube. So some people who might not want to jump on a fan forum can come and just have a chat with us a bit more casually. They want to have a little conversation about everything black and white.
Indeed. James says, I love Alex puts lots of hard work and effort into the channel. Absolutely does.
Thank you, James. As does Paul as well, but thank you.
Yes, we all do. We've all got our little bits and bobs that we do for the channel, but yes, hard working indeed. Kevin's asking where Billy and Sam are. Sam messaged me to say she'd been out with family, but would be a bit late on. So, half an hour in now. So I don't know whether she'll be joining us or not. Billy's poorly again, unfortunately. So we hope and wish that Billy gets better and back to himself for Match Day Live tomorrow. Collock says the win has to be convincing, though, too. It has to be by a number of goals. If it's only 1-0 to the Toon, I don't think it'll be good enough from us. It depends in context for the 1-0 win. I mean, if we absolutely batter them and the goalkeeper has a worldie, we hit the post 3 times, and come out of it with 1-0, fair enough. But if we, I know what you mean about a 1-0 win, but at the end of the day, let's just hopefully they go out.
I completely agree. That was what I was going to say. So I agree. It depends on the context. Yeah. If we've given them a good go and we got a little bit unlucky in front of goal, we'll take the 1-0.
Yeah,
it happens sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of people saying that Miley would be interesting for a start. He's not going to start just yet. No way would he be ready to start. I don't think he's fit enough to start.
He needs more minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of people joining up for the Super 6 League. A little bit late off in the season started off, but why the hell not? The pin number for Super 6, if you want to take part, is at the top of the chat. Just go to leagues and then join league, and it'll ask you for the pin, which is pinned at the top of the description. Do you play Super 6, Alex?
I don't, but I can start. I don't think I've ever done it before.
Wow. We've got 38 people in the league already. But some people will have a head start, I would imagine, because the points that they've accumulated already this season will probably go straight into this league.
Just last.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. I'm last in every league we suddenly playing, so it doesn't matter to me. Washi says Ipswich are a physical side, so Sean would be better as Willock takes knocks easily and injury prone. Yeah, there's a few people said that, Alex. And obviously, when you showed the stats about Ipswich last night, that they do take a lot of yellow cards. They do like a tackle, they do like a foul, and that's the type of game I would expect them to play against us. Try and rough us up a little bit.
I agree. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong to play Sean or Willock, and one's better than the other, but yeah, precisely for those reasons. I just think they're going to be physical. They're going to be aggressive. They're at home. They really probably gagging for a win at home. It's been, they need to win. I think the last time they won at home was against Nice in pre-season, as we checked yesterday.
Yeah.
So I just think Sean's more appropriate for this game. He's happy to ride challenges and to get absolutely stuck in. He'll play injured. He'll fight for the cause. Whereas I appreciate Willock is much better and has attacking flair in the attacking sense. He's faster, better goal record, links up well with Isak, would link up well with Gordon as well. I agree, especially with what Nick Thornton was saying. Everything you said is completely true. But I would prefer to stop goals going in at the other end. And I think Sean would help mitigate that better. So that's my preference, is just that I think Sean would be better in this game. And I'm only saying that because I think our chance creation is really good at the moment. If we were still struggling to find the net, I might go with the Willock choice, just because maybe we need a bit more creativity and something to go at them with. But I'm actually really comfortable with the amount of chances we're getting per game. We look so dangerous. Against some of these teams in recent weeks, we look like we might score every single time we go forward, and that looks fantastic. So I'm less concerned about needing to start Willock.
Paul World asking, quick question, Pope or Forster? Always thought Forster had the ability to be a great keeper. Just never quite got there. Well, if you saw Forster's performance the other night for Tottenham, I know which goalkeeper you would be saying, mate. Forster's.
I think that's harsh. I think Fraser Forster was at that level in his day.
Prime. Yeah.
Let's not forget Celtic beat Barcelona 2-1 with Fraser Forster in goal. I think he was still on loan from us at that point, or maybe he'd just been sold. He was very good for Southampton in the Premier League for a number of years as well. He's done the rounds. He's been poor for a couple of seasons. He's aged. But we can't forget
he's
that he
on
was
40 now, isn't he, Fraser Forster? I think he's 38, 39, something like that.
It was him and Tim Krul fighting for places back in the day, wasn't it? And Tim Krul's not been around for blimmin' ages. So
he's had his day, I think, Fraser Forster. But we listen. He's not. It's pointless talking about him. He's not a Newcastle player and never will be now. So we have to. But I'll tell you what, rumours are piping up about Trafford again, Alex, for January.
They are. Well, I've always been in this camp that we need to sort a keeper out at some point soon.
Christ, I thought you said I've always been a bit camp. I was like, what? What?
No. I've always been in the camp of buying a new goalkeeper soon.
Yeah.
I think it's necessary. Ruddy is not a long-term solution. Vlachodimos is clearly the club don't think a long-term solution. Dubravka is not the long-term solution. Gillespie's not the long-term solution. And Nick Pope is out of contract in June of 2026. So that's 18 months from now.
Yep.
So there needs to be something in the pipeline for a goalkeeper. I know that we've got other positions to fill. However, Pope keeps getting injured at the moment, and he's got 18 months left on his contract. And all of the other people behind him, I don't think are good enough. I appreciate Dubravka's had 2 good games, but I think long-term, it's not a solution at all. So the club are going to have to sort out a goalkeeping solution. I hope not in January, because I'd rather any money we put towards players in Jan goes towards something a bit more further up the pitch, basically. But we will, I would imagine, I would be absolutely stunned if we don't sign a first-team goalkeeper in the summer. I think we have to, because Nick Pope will be on a year left, and that's it.
Bit of breaking news from David Ornstein, Alex. Reps of multiple Newcastle players in the dark over unpaid agent fees due in September. No explanation why or when they are coming. Similar delay on image rights to leading players, but that is now sorted. Newcastle say financial processing issue, not cash or PSR. And that's just broken 2 minutes ago from David Ornstein. So interesting.
Weird.
Yeah.
So what? So the image rights has been sorted, but the
Newcastle players are in the dark over unpaid agent fees that were due in September. There's been no explanation why or when it is coming. There has been a similar delay on image rights to leading players, but that has been sorted.
So it's agent fees.
So it's agent fees that were due in September. Haven't been paid yet. That's a little bit worrying, is it not?
Well, I mean, the club have said it's just a processing error, but I wish I could. I wish I could just say to people that I was supposed to pay money to 2 months ago, sorry, just a bit of processing error.
Just a processing error at my part. I spent it on a bag of crisps. I mean, come on. But again, it's a story that the media will blow up as per usual. There you go. What a surprise. Another negative story about our club coming out just before a game.
Hey, but it's not from Craig Hope, so it's fine.
It's not Craig Hope. No, exactly.
He's still typing that one.
Yeah. Listen, I think Craig's done a good job recently.
I'm only joking. Everything he's reported is bang on. It's just
I'm just the timing of the release, but that may not be up to Craig Hope. That's his boss, isn't it? They decide when they're going to print it. Although he should just hang on and maybe tell his boss the day after the match is taking place. Financing process issues, damn unpaid from September. That's a long time. September, Alex, isn't it? I mean, even if it was the club said that the image rights to the leading players are now sorted, and said Newcastle said it was a financial processing issue. So what the hell is
it's not a financial processing issue, because you invoice people, or it's something that's pre-agreed, and then that will have been chased in October and November. So you get 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks, 12 weeks overdue. That's a lot of weeks to sort that out.
It certainly is. And, unhappy agents lead to unhappy players. If they're agents who some of them are very close to, if they're not getting their money, that's going to create ructions. The players go to the club and say, where's my agent's money? That can cause problems. But why do these break before football games? Honestly, it's just mental. Absolutely mental. Do you have anybody to shame this week, Alex, or should we send the invitation out for people to join us?
I think we've just been shaming things just generally as we've been live the last few days, haven't we?
I agree. Yeah.
I've got one potential thing that really irritated me. If you want,
just 1 second. Oh no, replace pinned message. Yes. So it's now to join us. Is now pinned at the top of the description. But let's have a bit of this on a Friday night and see what's angered Alex. So the link is there, guys, pinned at the top of the description to join us live on the show. Who else are we shaming this week, Alex?
The lineup chosen for the Carabao Cup draw by Sky, I thought was inappropriate.
Interesting, because there has been
Jamie Carragher
was looking at the screen when he had his hand in the pot.
Yeah, I wasn't super thrilled with that. Considering all of the shouts of bias, why have we got 2 ex-Liverpool players and enthusiasts there? But Jamie Redknapp will go, "Oh, but I played for Spurs." Shut up. You're a Liverpool fan. Like, calm down. Yeah, I just thought it was inappropriate. And I think they don't help themselves. I don't think they care, to be honest, because there's no repercussions for it. It doesn't lose them viewers. There's no implication. All they get is just a little bit of pushback and whinging off of rival fans.
Yeah.
So there's no real reason for them to change it. I just think it's unprofessional, and I don't understand the reason why we've lost that kind of desire to be morally correct and as unbiased as possible and provide a good product. I don't personally. I just don't understand it. Yeah, it's like people who don't indicate when they go down round a roundabout. We'll never understand why they don't. You should, but whatever. So, yeah, they should have maybe put a different representative. I don't mind one of them being there from Liverpool, but put someone else there as well.
Ronald's asking, is the Super 6 name TTR Magpie Massive? Well, let me think, Ronald. What do you think, matey? TTR Magpie Massive. What do you... Could it be? Could it be? Of course, Ronald. Get yourself in there. Paul World says they love it, don't they? It's like ESPN and the other lot. They love drooling over the supposed top teams. And Joe Kelsey has become a member of the channel as well. Thank you very much, Joe. Welcome to Members Club. Don't forget, Monday night, is our Christmas special. Or people haven't seen the thumbnail, Alex. I think we'll let people see the thumbnail.
Got it there.
Yeah, well, in just a second I will have, yes. We're about to show you the thumbnail for the Christmas special, which was designed by Susan. And Alex thought he was an elf, which is very interesting because he's not an elf. He's actually dressed as the Grinch. This is the thumbnail for our Christmas special, Monday night, 7 o'clock. Take a look at that, ladies and gents. I mean, it is the
Grinch. Oh,
it is the Grinch indeed, yes. Susan's put a hat on me simply because my forehead was the size of the A1 motorway. Honestly,
what are you doing with your right hand? Are you sprinkling Christmas cheer on Billy's head?
No, I am simply resting my hand on the Christmas special sign, Alex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you were seasoning Billy.
Well, the thing is, you three look like proper AI stuff. Mine doesn't even look like AI. It's designed like she stretched me head on some kind of machine.
Susan, he's having a pop at your.
She knows. She knows because I guarantee you now, she's watching this show, pissing herself laughing because we had a real good laugh about it last night as well. But there you go, Christmas special, Monday night, 7 o'clock.
Worse one she'll make now.
Well, I've seen some of yours, Alex, and trust me, you're lucky that one's on there. But to be honest, 7 o'clock, Monday night, we've got loads of stuff to give away. It's going to be a great show. Lots of members giveaways, but we will also do some other giveaways via quizzes and things like that. But that entails you to come onto the show live and answer some questions. But you can just use your microphone for that if you want to win anything. So there you go. That's Monday night at 7 o'clock. But we have had a gift of a membership from Jules again. Thank you very, very much, Jules. And that is very kind. Right. Let's see who have we got.
Have you seen what Alexander's got in backstage? He's clearly just done like 6 push-ups and put on a sleeveless top, ready.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's he's probably thought, oh, Sam's on. I'll get my guns out. But
there's definitely some resistance bands off camera there. He's just been using.
Indeed, Chippers and Bill. Good evening.
Evening.
How are we, gentlemen?
All good.
Really
good. Chippers, what you got to say?
Do you know what? I'm not going to talk about Newcastle this week for a change. It's a different tack. It's regarding everything's takeover. I just find it all a bit, gorilla in the mist sort of thing because there's no outreach towards it and there's been no one kicking off about it. Funnily enough, there's been no. I know we don't mix politics with football, but I don't see any human rights people coming out having a go at this takeover. I don't see anybody saying it shouldn't have happened. I don't see this. I don't see that now. Where's the consistency there? Oh, well, no, why? Because the owners are American. What a shock. What a shocker that they've been allowed this through and nothing's been said about it. But because it's Newcastle, all ours still gets talked about 3 years on. I'm pretty sick of it, to be honest. Just because they're American owners doesn't mean to say you should criticise them. No one knows really who they are, apart from the fact they're in Roma. But I'm just, apparently they're going to get a stadium naming right as well. Well, where's ours? How come we're not allowed to do this? Come on.
Well, I think we've got somebody lined up, Chippers. I just think we're waiting. We're just waiting to see how we go about doing it.
I should blimmin' hope so, because I bet Silverstone's very annoyed that, because all we see is nothing. So he's I don't know what's going on in the background. Maybe we'll just be patient and wait and see. But at the moment, it doesn't look great from the outside in.
Yeah. Bill, what would you like to say tonight?
Well, I've just thought going on from what Chippers has just said. There's a really good point there, Chippers. There's no Premier League new rules either. But wouldn't it be funny if the PIF sponsored the Premier League?
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they've tried to in the past. And I guess the Premier League would have been there with open arms for them as well. Until they had to think about it and thought, oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. But it happens. What about the game, Chippers, tomorrow? Are you feeling confident?
Well, last week I was quite down about us and thought,
hey, listen, Chippers. Yeah. I mean, I was going to send a therapist round to see you, mate, because I thought you're in big trouble there, and I was genuinely concerned. I mean, you nearly burst into tears at one stage, and I thought, my God, this man's just. But what a difference 7 days makes.
It's been a good week. I got myself an Alan Bonds t-shirt and my Secret Santa, so that's helped me showers up a bit. So. It's good, isn't it?
It's outstanding. It's outstanding.
It's not a Paul Gallant one, but beggars can't be choosers. It's been a good week. But let's make it a better week and get 3 more points tomorrow. And no disrespect to Ipswich, but when they haven't won a home game all season, we should be going there and beating them. There's no excuse not to. The way we're playing at the minute, we're scoring. We scored 7 goals in 2 games and only conceded 1, and we're scoring goals from corners and free kicks now, which is unheard of because before 3 weeks ago against Liverpool, we didn't look like scoring from a corner or a free kick at all. So we've got to use that to our advantage. I mean, Arsenal have done it all season, so why can't we? But
I've got a theory on that. Have you noticed?
Kendall's been sacked.
No. We've started playing attacking football since Pope got injured. So even our players don't want the ball going anywhere near him. They're keeping it up the other end.
Yep.
Well, I think we'd scored quite a few goals before Nick Pope got injured, but yeah.
Yeah.
It was a daft theory.
Yeah, well, listen, theories are very welcome. Chippers, what you predicting then?
I think we'll go there and win 3-1. I just think Isak's banging them in. Gordon's looking sharp. I think Murphy's looking sharp on the right wing. Tonali's on a high after scoring a couple of goals. Even Bruno looks like he's back in the mood. I think we'll go there and we'll win 3-1. They're going to be a difficult side, but if you want, as I said in most games this season, if you want top 6, you've got to go there and beat these teams. It's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Luke, I know you're backstage. You're hearing double. You need to knock your YouTube off. Because if you've got YouTube and through your headphones, you will get double audio. So that's what's probably causing that, mate. Right. Well, Chippers, I hope you're right.
Chippers sounds like to some people, I think.
Yeah, Chippers has got a very echoey room. But I hope you're right about the score, mate. Hopefully see you next week and celebrating more victories.
Yep. Merry Christmas, everyone. And have a good
you too, mate.
Hey, Chippers.
Chippers, I expect to see you on the show on Monday night answering some quiz questions, matey.
Well, I'll be there.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Right, see you then, buddy. Take care.
Yeah.
Good night. Right, Bill, what score you're going for?
Well, last week I was on a bit of a downer and I was another negative Nelly. But I was going to say I've got my optimism back. I've got my hopefulness back.
Yeah.
And last night, people were saying, oh, don't forget Luton. Don't forget Derby. So I'm going to say, don't forget Sheffield United when we tonked them 8-0. So I'm predicting a good win tomorrow because the lads are playing well. It does look like the feel-good factor's back. Mm-hmm. The only blot on the horizon for me is there's no way Target will go in January. He's got too much skin in the game.
Oh. Now we know he was taking over from Billy. What's your score prediction then, Bill?
I'm going for a good 4-1.
Nice one.
With a really good performance.
Excellent. Brilliant. Right, well, we'll see you next week, Bill. Thank you for coming on, buddy.
Absolutely. Ta-da.
Ta-da.
Merry Christmas.
I keep saying next week. I hope to see some of these guys taking part in quiz. Right, let's bring Luke and Jake on. Good evening, fellas.
What's going on, boys? How we doing?
All right.
Right, so we have we got Jake, are you from America?
Yes, sometimes I pop in the chat as New Jersey Geordie, but coming to you live from Jersey City, New Jersey.
You're not a Devils fan, are you?
No, Rangers.
Oh,
popped in. I told you I was the Rangers.
What a man! Yes, you did. I remember.
Yes,
now.
sir. Broadway blue shirts. Let's go.
Absolutely. Not this. Luke, where you tuning in from? Looking like Santa's grotto.
All the way from Whitley Bay, mate.
Yes. At least you don't have disco lights, which last week somebody. I mean,
well, you can't see them on screen, but there's not saying I haven't got any light.
Well, fair enough. I mean, I thought you were calling from Lapland at one moment there, but anyway,
it is a bit like Santa's grotto. This is me sports and social that my lass lets us decorate as part of the house.
It does look like you've got a nice collection behind you there as well, to be fair.
Yes, we like the whiskey around here, Alex. We're Geordies, you know.
Oh, there's no matter with a good whiskey. Anyway, what would you like to say tonight, Jake?
Yeah, so a nice little story sponsored by our boy Troy Deeney. So about 2 years ago, me and my girlfriend were in London, and I convinced her to go up to Newcastle for the Southampton home match. It was spring of 2023, I think, if I have it right. And we took a train up from King's Cross, which took 2 hours and 45 minutes, not 5 hours, Mr. Troy. Went to the game. Didn't even get a ticket. Wasn't able to get a ticket. I know how hard it is for some of you to get it over there. So for me as an American coming over there is impossible. So don't call me a tourist fan. Went all the way up there. Didn't even get a ticket. Went to the game. We smashed them. Watched it from Shearers. Had an unbelievable time. And after the match, we were down at the Weatherspoons down on the river by that red drawbridge right there. We were there for like 2.5.
The swing bridge, as it's known.
Yeah.
I prefer the red drawbridge, to be fair. Like
the red,
there you go. There you go.
Well, it's not like Sean or Murphy would know what the bridges' names are anyway. So
no.
Yeah.
But you need to watch the quiz, Paul, and you'll understand that joke.
I stole half of that this morning.
But anyway, I was in the Weatherspoons, which is sitting there for 2 hours after the match, eating dinner, and people just obviously me and my girl. Everyone knows where Americans are sticking out like sore thumbs, and just for the entire time, people are coming up to the table like, "What brought you here? Why do you like Newcastle? Like, thank you for supporting the club." I was like, "What the hell you mean? Thank you for supporting the club? I'm just in America. I just watch you guys on TV. Decided to come over to visit the city one time, and I'd never been treated so well in my life before, and I was like." Blown away. And I've been to places all over the world, and I've never been treated like in just a short amount of time I was there. So I just think Troy, like,
it's a culture, it's very different.
I know, and it's like not like anything. I'm American, like, it's completely different to anything I've experienced over here. So I was just absolutely blown away by the people more than anything. Like, the Geordies are the best people on the face of the earth, and I just like Troy. He's obviously never experienced Newcastle aside from driving up in a coach, going into the match, coming in.
I mean, he's lived in Watford for quite a while. I think it might have distorted his perception of reality a little bit.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. Right. He looks in the mirror every day and sees distortion, Alex. So it's just a common thing with him. Peter, good evening. Have you got a show tonight?
I do, yes, but I don't mind going a little bit over.
That's why I brought you on, mate.
Christmas jumper, that mate, Pete.
Is it? He loves a Christmas jumper, does Proudlock. There's no doubt about it. Pete, I know you got a show, which is why I brought you. To be honest, I saw you come on and I forgot about you, mate. Because
don't worry about it.
I normally see 3 hosts or 4 hosts on the top, and I thought, that's weird.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
What are you thinking ahead of the game?
I think we can win tomorrow. I believe we will. It's all about the consistency. It really is. Yeah, I want to see Willock in for Joe Linton, and indeed. I think we can go and win there 3-1.
3-1. And
everybody so far thinks we're going to concede a goal at least, which bothers me. No clean sheets.
Well,
who's that? Why do you think cream man coming around yours again, Peter?
It is again.
Jesus, it's 8 o'clock on a Friday night. It's -10.
I know.
I bet he's selling dodgy dope. Is he? I bet he's one of them. I bet he's one of them ice cream vans with a few leaves under the counter, shall we say?
One surprise.
Not ice cream he's selling, is it? No, it's not.
Would you like a big joint with your 99 sunshine? You can tell what goes on around your way. Shocking.
It's the Santa Claus from Alex's neighborhood coming to collect money.
Yeah, it's the butcher stand there. Yeah. Knocks on the door. He got 100 quid, please. Peter, I'll let you go, mate, because I know you're in a hurry for your show. But thank you for coming on, and I hope you're right with your prediction. But I don't think we concede tomorrow. I'm confident.
We'll see. But just hopefully we'll win. That's the main thing. 3 points.
No bother, mate. I'll let you go out and buy some leaves for later on, matey.
See you later on.
Catch you later. Don't put your head down, Alex. It's just life. It's just life. Ash is with us as well via audio. Ash, good evening.
Hi, Paul. Hi, Alex. I'd just like to say to Alex, I appreciate all the effort you put into your transfer shows.
It's very, very kind of you. Thank you.
I've got something to say about Troy Deeney.
Hang on a minute. And Paul, I think you do a great job as a host as well, putting the shows together, doing all the writing behind the scenes. I appreciate that as well.
I mean, you're okay, Paul, but Alex has the brains, you see. So.
Paul has to.
Excuse me. Can I just state who put the channel together, who started it, who built it, who writes it, who puts everything up on YouTube and does all the stuff behind the scenes? That would be me. So you can thank me as well, Ash. I'm disappointed with you tonight.
I thought that was Susan.
Oh, yeah.
That was the best. That was the best answer you could have given.
Yes, because you know I can't fucking argue with it.
No.
And anyway, I got a story about Troy Deeney, which will show you what a twat he is.
Anything to show Troy Deeney. Go ahead.
Just anything.
I was in the casino in Birmingham, and Troy Deeney walked in, and there's a regular poker player on my table who's a big Birmingham fan, and he played for Birmingham at the time. Yeah. And he said, "I'm going to go and get his autograph," and I said, "I bet you a $5 he won't give it you." And he went up to him, Troy Deeney barges past him and said, "I ain't giving you an autograph." Like
it doesn't surprise me. He seems like one of them people that you know that you'd send a kid up to get an autograph with him and he'd say he was busy or turn around and ignore him. He just seems like that.
Are they allowed to be in casinos?
That depends when he. I don't know actually.
Yeah, they are, Alex. Yeah. Madison,
you're not betting on your own match.
That's walking a very. Yeah, that's a dodgy.
If they're allowed to bet online, then they're allowed to be in a casino, surely.
They're
supposed to behave responsibly. Obviously, not all of them do, as we know quite well.
As long as they're not betting on football, right?
Exactly.
I don't think they're allowed to bet on sports.
Blackjack's all right.
I don't know. Blackjack. Yeah.
I mean, if you like Google the Goliath poker tournament, you'll see Madison there and like other football players as well. So.
Do you frequent these casinos quite a lot, Ash? You sound
I used to play poker as a job.
As a job?
Yeah. Wow. When I was 18, 19. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm not playing against you.
How did you do? You still do it as a job?
I did. No, my dad got poorly and I stopped to look after him. Yeah.
Jeez. I mean,
when we do the TTR Poker Championships, then you're on my team.
Do you want to know something? I have never played poker in my life.
Yeah, probably don't play against anyone who wants to then.
You know, some of the lads on the bus and on the hockey journeys would all play poker. I would never do it because I didn't know how to play. And I never learned how to play poker.
You're wise, Paul. You're wise.
That's right. Listen, I can take anyone on at snap. No problem at all.
Uno.
Uno. Listen, Uno. Walk in the park. Walk in the park. Trevor, I'm definitely not reading your comment out, you dirty bastard.
I'll be honest.
Hang on. Whoa.
Oh, there you go.
Mrs. Toon Review. I love poker.
You're in for a good Christmas then, Paul.
I beg your pardon.
Poker.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, I think Alex made a joke.
She said it, not me.
Yeah, sounds a bit like Trevor's. I love a bit of poker. Just ask the wife.
Poker? I barely know her.
Hey.
They're all coming in now. Yeah. I mean, Alex, that was a bit of a perverted comment you make, and I'm disappointed by that tonight. I really am. Anyway, speaking of perverted people,
Billy's not here. Somebody's got to do it.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake on. Look at the state of him tonight, would you? Honestly. Fucking hell, man. Jesus, Hulk Hogan.
Set the camera angle up specifically for it.
He has. He's gone. He's set it up, and he's just sort of. Oh, I need to stretch. I need to stretch. I need to just.
To be fair,
I mean, if you've got it, flaunt it, I guess.
Yeah.
I just woke up about maybe when the show started. My new lady friend, she woke me up. She goes, "Don't you got a show to watch or something?" I said, "Oh, I gotta get up."
My lady
friend. It's probably. Do you know what? I watch a lot of Lucifer these days on Netflix, right? And I absolutely love it. And I could just see Alexander being a bit like him with his bloody sex parties in a nightclub and all of this. One of the women that's staying with us told me to wake up for TTR Friday.
Actually, I don't go out and party. I haven't partied since I was maybe 21 years old. I'm 37 now. So it's been a
16 years of
whiskey, you know.
That's because he stays at home stroking his snake. And I don't mean that in a dirty way. He has a snake, an actual snake.
You probably should have told that before you made that gag, like.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. Indeed. Joe Wilkinson says, I love Lucifer. Excellent show. Gutted it finished. I just got me Lux nightclub shirt the other day as well, which I ordered online. Listen, I only started watching it because my daughter used to watch it, and she says, "Oh, he's got the same sort of gags as you." Apparently, I remind my daughter of the devil.
Awesome.
Well,
fantastic.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That seems an adequate thing to say.
Yeah, well, it's just
Why
because
are you really horny, like?
No, it's humor. It's humor. It's humor.
Susan was just saying she likes poker.
Yeah,
I wore the shirt today because I didn't see Lady Sam. So every time she doesn't come on, I'm just gonna wear a tank top or something a little bit more revealing, so that way she can.
Well, she may join us, but
just appear now.
So you never know.
No, Alex, we're over an hour now. There's no way that Lady Sam is coming on now. But I mean, hang on a minute. You just said wearing a tank top or even less. Why would we want to see less? I mean, the ladies in the chat may well think very different.
Come on with any less, you'll look like Rab C. Nesbitt, mate. That's a joke for the British.
Yes, you don't want to look like him. You just don't want to look like Rab C. Not at all.
What do you think about the football?
I'm still learning all the terms, and I'm still learning how to speak Geordie. And everybody else has been very, very kind to me. I just got back from vacation, so I'm still a little bit jet lagged and everything. But I've been traveling a lot this year. I've been going back home to Paris and then back home where I grew up in Miami. And I am a Panthers fan, Paul. So I'm glad we actually won our first title ever.
Yeah. Whatever. Move on.
That was painful Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, but you're talking to two Rangers fans whose team is in a massive slump right now.
Yeah, no, not
and
good.
are absolutely shite. To say the least. Anyway, let's turn the game back to tomorrow. Jake, give us a prediction, mate.
Yeah, so all week I was 3-1, like a lot of other people, but I'm with Alex now. No Delap, so I think they might have a bit of a tough time scoring. So I'll go 3-0, and I've been waiting a long time to get on the show so I can predict an Alexander Isak hat trick. So let's go. First hat trick of his career, Newcastle career. Let's go tomorrow.
Just to back myself up here, I'm not saying we won't concede. I'm just pointing out that everybody seems to think we will. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm saying 3.
Slipping a bit there, like Alex.
Yeah.
I'm backpedaling as fast as Lloyd Kelly.
Yeah. Does he actually backpedal? Listen, Jake, thank you for coming on, mate. Coming off? What the fuck am I talking? Coming on.
You got poker on your mind, Paul.
I know. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next time, mate. Get yourself back on.
All right, you guys are the best. Keep doing your thing. Thanks, boys.
There, good
night.
Man. Top man. Right. Ash, what's your prediction?
Well, I think that we shouldn't underestimate Hutchinson because he's really good. But I think we should win. I'm going to say we do keep a clean sheet if Dubravka don't make a howler. 2-0.
2-0. That sounds good to me.
And thanks for the shows, guys. You're great.
No problem, matey. Listen, get yourself back on Monday when we do the quiz.
I won't. This
took a lot.
On. With my anxiety and stuff, this took a lot. So.
You've got to give it a go, man. It's good fun,
Cheers.
Man. Right, take care.
You got to keep going.
You what, Alex? Alexander, that is.
That one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say again.
No, you said something.
Oh, he already dipped his toes in the water. He might as well just jump in the deep end with the rest of us.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
He did absolutely brilliantly. So no, hey, it's going to be a good laugh because I'm actually sort of generating the questions now to start asking on the quiz. But again, you don't have to have a camera. You can just come on like Ash did there, and try your hand.
As long as they're more modern questions, Paul.
It wasn't Ash from the Evil Dead, was it?
I don't know, mate.
This is why he wasn't on camera.
It could be. It could very well be. Alex, you keep saying that. Like you need to revise on your Newcastle history.
Excuse me.
Like who played the number 7
like
in the
modern.
Yeah, but you should.
There's a certain demographic, and if we're asking, what's the middle name of the player that scored a goal on the Boxing Day fixture of 1949? I feel like it's just pointless at this point. It's got to be at least maybe Kevin Keegan or sooner than that's probably where we're looking at. If we start going, we've had questions from like 1905. I'm like, well, this is just ridiculous.
Well, Billy was 16 then, so
well, yeah,
he was born around about that year, I think.
Well, right, Luke, what you going for tomorrow?
Well, I was going to be a bit pragmatic and sort of say that we might concede, but obviously I'm going to veto that because Alex is going to tell us off. I think it's all seriously, it's if we can get the first goal, then it could be anything, because if we can open them up, then we could get 2 or 3. I'm going to be sort of realistic and say 2 out. Probably 1 maybe first half, 1 late in the second half. That's what I'm sort of thinking. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say that we're not going to concede because, like I say, Alex is going to tell us off. But 2 out. I'm going for 2 now. Nice
one. Right, Luke, get yourself on a Monday night, mate.
Okay, fella, good to see you again. It's been 2 years too long, but cheers, lads.
Nice to see you, buddy. Yeah. Take care. We'll speak to you soon. Good night. He's too busy drinking his bottle of beer, his pint of beer to speak. Alexander, give us a scoreline, mate.
I'm going to say 3-1. We've been very generous giving these pity goals. It usually comes towards the latter end of the game. We just switch off. Our heads are already to the locker room and go home. So I'm going to say 3-1. And I feel like it's just going to be another Isaac day where he's just going to just get there, but not yet, and just get 2 out of the 3, and the other one will probably be Gordon.
So are you watching the game, or do you have a sex party scheduled?
No. I'm going to go. I'm actually going to go to the pub for the first time and watch the game at a pub.
Nice one.
Depends if you can multitask with that.
What do you mean by that, Alex?
Nothing at all.
Okay.
I mean, going to the pub and watching the football, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, have a good time, Alexander. We'll speak to you soon, mate.
All righty. Y'all take care, okay?
Good night, matey. Good night. So there you have it. That was TTR Friday and the Fan Forum. Some very interesting conversations there tonight.
What did I predict yesterday, Paul?
I think did you not say 2-0 or 3-1? I can't remember. Someone in the chat.
Just because everybody keeps referencing, we keep talking about this whole clean sheet versus conceding. I'm just going to put it out there tomorrow. I think the only way we concede any goals is our own mistakes. I can't see Ipswich scoring a goal that they've created just by outdoing us.
Yeah,
I would be gutted with the personnel missing and how they've been playing. I think the only way we concede is if we do it ourselves, if we gift them it and make a mistake, which we've done a lot recently. So I'm hoping that we don't.
Well,
I think we all are.
We will see tomorrow. Just to give you a heads up of the shows that are coming up in the next few days, guys, just to instead of the notifications not popping up, you want to write them down or whatever. But tomorrow afternoon, 2:30 is Matchday Live, half an hour build up, and then of course full commentary of the game from Portman Road. I will have my match reaction over on YouTube, and of course Alex and Billy will be doing their Patreon podcast for everyone.
I'm really sorry, Paul, as well. I will be in the TTR Tavern in the Discord in a little bit. So if people do want to jump into the Discord,
TTR Tavern is opening its doors tonight. So get yourself across there. Sunday, 7 o'clock, we've got the match review. We'll have a look back at the game and do the player ratings, of course. And then Monday night, one not to be missed, the TTR Christmas special, where we are just giving giveaways after giveaways and going to have a real good laugh on there in the build-up, of course, for Christmas. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your super chats and memberships tonight. Thank you also to the brilliant mods and, of course, Alex. And thank you, everybody, for coming on the forum. and watching the show tonight. We really, really do appreciate it. It's a decent crowd in tonight for a Friday night as well. So thank you very much. And we'll see you all again tomorrow for Match Day Live. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your Friday night, folks. Good night.
Away the lads and lasses.
Come back and check on some breathing.